and every condition. Here the set was R plus, and the operations are x plus y equal to x into y, and k times x is equal to x power k. So let's go quickly because we have done this in previous session. And after checking all the conditions, finally we concluded that this set R plus is a vector space under the given operations. That means whatever operation we have taken here, for those operations, this set R plus is a vector space. Now let's try to see some examples in which the conditions are not satisfied. That means your set is not a vector space. Let's see those kind of examples. So this is your next question. Why are the following sets not a vector space under the given operations? So first we need to understand what is our set, and then we need to understand what are our operations. So in the first question, as you can see here, we have two-dimensional vector, 2D vector. That means जिस set की हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं, that set is why it is not writing. Yes, so we need to understand the operations first and then set also. Now this set is for R2, and for the second question your set is R3. How we can know that it is R2 and R3? Because we have 2D and 3D vectors here. That's why it's clear that the set is R2 and R3. Can anyone tell me why I'm writing R2 like this with this extra line here? Is there any idea why I'm writing extra line here? Because in mathematics, there are various things where we are using this letter R. Even for relation also we are using R, and there are various other stuff where we are using this notation. Obviously R तो एक ही है ना, उसको कितनी जगह पर use करेंगे? So for vectors R2 and R3, the standard way of representing this set is this one. We are taking an extra line here just to make it different than other notations. That's the only reason, nothing else. So here we are dealing with set R2 and R3. Now let's try to understand our operations first. In first example, if your first vector is x1 and y1, and if your second vector is x2 and y2, then we are adding these two vectors like this. First component with first component, that means x1 plus x2, comma, second with second, that means y1 plus y2. Now this is your standard vector addition. Vector addition तो हम लोग इसी तरह से करते हैं. That means the addition operation is standard here. Right? जिस तरह से हम लोग standard way में करते हैं, that same operation is here. But the scalar multiplication is different here. K times x into y is equal to, अगर इसको हम usually कर रहे होते तो क्या होता? In usual way we can take it like this: k times x, comma, k times y. Right? This is your usual scalar multiplication, but we are not considering this one. The definition is this: k times xy is equal to 2 times kx, comma, 2 times ky. That means with kx and ky we are also taking one more number, 2. That means it is 2 times k and 2 times k for both the components. So this is different thing. It is not usual. अब हमको देखना है कि ये unusual operation के लिए क्या ये vector space होता है कि नहीं. So now we have 10 vector space here, and whenever there is any example of vector space in a condition, and if you are clear that this is not a vector space, then you don't need to check all 10 conditions. If you know that condition number 6 is not satisfied here, directly go with condition number 6. If it is vector space, then you need to go with all 10 conditions. But if it is not a vector space, only one condition is sufficient. अगर एक condition भी dissatisfied है तो उतना काफी है ये बोलने के लिए that it is not a vector space. So now in this example, आप लोग मुझे बता पाओगे 10 कंडीशंस में से कौन सा कंडीशन ऐसा लग रहा है जो सेटिस्फाई नहीं होगा? नाउ ट्राई टू थिंक लॉजिकली हियर. Your first operation is vector addition. Now it is your standard operation, and remember this thing, most of these standard operation they always satisfy all the conditions of vector space. That means there is no issue with addition here. So the first 5 condition has to be clear. उसमें तो कोई issue होने ही नहीं वाला, because the addition operation is standard here. The problem can be in scalar multiplication, that means from condition number 6 to condition number 10. उसमें से ही कहीं पर दिक्कत हो सकती है, right? So is there any condition which we can directly identify here from 6 to 10? Just for reference, I'm writing those conditions here. What was the first condition? That if k belongs to real numbers set R, and if xy belongs to R2, then k times xy also belongs to same set R2. That was your condition number 6. What was 7th condition? K times x bar plus y bar. I'm writing bar here for vectors. It should be k times x bar plus k times y bar. Then what was 8th condition? K1 plus k2 times x bar is equal to k1 times x bar plus k2 times x bar. Then 9th condition is k1 times k2 times x bar is equal to actually k1 k2 times x bar. And 10th condition is 1 into x bar is equal to x bar. Okay, so here Raj says there should be problem with 7th condition. Okay, is there any other opinion from anyone? The conditions are here on your screen. The operations are on your screen. The set is R2. Then what do you think? Which condition should create problem here for this operation? If I take kxy equal to 2 times kx comma 2 times ky, then which condition should create problem here? If you understand the conditions very well, the answer is very clear. It is on your screen actually. अगर आप ध्यान से देखो तो.
Seventh only.
Okay, so one more answer with condition 7. Okay, so is there any other vote for any other condition? We have 2 votes for condition number 7. किसी और कैंडिडेट के लिए कोई वोट है क्या आप लोगों के पास? Elections are going on, so candidate number 6, candidate 8, candidate 9, candidate 10. Is there any other strong candidate जिसको आपका वोट जाना चाहिए? Okay, 7 is winning, Raj says, because it has 2 votes. I think others are giving to Nota. Okay, maybe it can be 7th condition. We can check it. If we want to check it, let's do it. K times, I need to take 2 vectors here. Let me take x1 y1 plus x2 y2. So k times, now how I can add my vectors? Because of my operations, it will be x1 plus x2 comma y1 plus y2. Now when I multiply with k, then because of this operation I need to take 2 times k here. So because of this it will be 2 times k x1 plus x2 comma 2 times k y1 plus y2. Right? This is your left hand side. Now similarly, if I calculate right hand side, what will happen? Let me erase some section here. Let's do it here. Right hand side. Right hand side is what? It is k times x bar plus k times y bar. So it is k times x bar is what? x1 y1 plus this is x2 y2. Now what will happen if I multiply with k? Because of my operation, I should get 2 times k here. So it is 2k x1, 2k y1 plus 2k x2 and 2k y2. Now I need to take vector addition. वो तो हमारा usual addition है. So क्या मिलेगा? 2 times k is common in both the components. So 2 times k it is x1 plus x2 comma 2 times k it is y1 plus y2. Now LHS and RHS they are same. So this condition is satisfied, Raj. No issue with this condition. ये candidate तो हार गया. दूसरे किसने वोट किया था राज के अलावा कंडीशन नंबर 7 को?
So it was me, Smriti.
Smriti, is it clear why condition 7 is not creating problem for us?
Yes, sir, got it.
Okay. So is there any other candidate who can win the election for us? You see, सबसे छोटा condition कौन सा है इसमें? The smallest condition. 10th. Now think about that part. What is that condition? 1 into x bar should be x bar. So 1 is your actually k value here. You're taking k equal to 1 here, right? So k times x bar is what? It is 2kx, sorry, 2kx1 and 2ky1. So what will be 1 into x bar? It is actually 2 into 1 into x1, comma 2 into 1 into y1. So that will be 2x1 and 2y1. Now, do you think this is x bar? It is actually 2 times x bar, right? It is not x bar. That means this is not equal to x bar. So the condition 10 is creating the problem. So सबसे छोटा सबसे नाटा जो condition है, right? That won the election for us. So the 10th condition is not satisfied here. That's why we can conclude that this set R2 is not a vector space for the given operations. For these operations, it cannot be a vector space. Now imagine, अगर इसमें आपने condition 1 से start किया होता, then what will happen? You will start with condition 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 satisfied, 6 will satisfy, 7, 8, 9, and 10th will have problem. So first 1 to 9, the whole effort will be total waste. पूरा waste हो जाता. And imagine ये question कितने marks में होता? This question can be there for only 2 marks. So if you check 9 conditions and then you get result that no, 10th is not satisfied, then 2 marks for checking 10 conditions, बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया नहीं? That's why you need to think logically first. Right? If your addition operation is standard, then no need to go for first 5 conditions. Because if your operation is standard, the conditions will obviously satisfy because it is standard operation. Then for the weird operation, you need to check your conditions. Then observe your conditions carefully, which can create problem. Directly go for that part and check it. If it is not satisfied, you can give your conclusion directly. Right? So this is the thing for question number 1. As you can see, 1 times xy is equal to 2x comma 2y, so which is not equal to x comma y. So condition 10 fails here. That's why it is not a vector space. So the way we have done it logically for this example, now similarly for the second one, can you provide any conclusion logically? Now which operation is weird here? Addition or scalar multiplication?
Sir, addition.
Yes, addition is different because x1 y1 z1 plus x2 y2 z2. Ideally it should give you like this. It should give you x1 plus y1, sorry, x1 plus x2, y1 plus y2, and z1 plus z2. But it is not like that. The z component is first, the x component is last. So it is given like this: z1 plus z2, then y1 plus y2, and x1 plus x2. That means the weird condition is for addition. Otherwise, the scalar multiplication is standard. K times xyz is equal to kx comma ky comma kz. So I think there should not be any problem with condition number 6 to 10. The problem can be there with condition number 1 to 5. तो अब आपको मुझे बताना है कि वो कौन सी condition होगी. Which candidate can win the election for us in this case? और थोड़ा सोचो, सोच के बताओ. Take your time. Don't worry. बिना सोचे अगर वोट दोगे तो we will select a wrong candidate. Okay, Raj says he wants to see conditions. Let me write here. Condition number 1 is the closure property. That means if I take two vectors x bar and y bar from R3, then x bar plus y bar, that should be again part of R3. Second, x bar plus y bar equal to y bar plus x bar, commutative property. Third one, associative, x bar plus into bracket y bar plus z bar is equal to x bar plus y bar into bracket and then z bar. Then fourth property, existence of zero element, right? There exists 0 bar belongs to R3 such that x bar plus 0 bar is equal to x bar. And fifth condition is there exists minus x bar belongs to R3 such that x bar plus minus x bar is equal to 0 bar. So the 5 conditions are there for your reference. Now you can answer me. Previously, Raj and Smriti, they both have tried, right? No doubt their answer was wrong, but that's fine. They have tried. Now, this time I want some other student to try. Your answer can be wrong, that's fine, but you need to try. एक बार try तो करो. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5 candidates to choose. Yes, anyone? Okay, again, Raj has given his vote to condition number 5. Okay. Anyone else? अच्छा, मुझे एक एक को क्या पर्सनली पूछना पड़ेगा? Where are the other students apart from Smriti and Raj? Ayush, Aditya, Avinash, Bhavdeep, Darshan, Deep, Divya, Girish, Isha. Many students are present here. Everybody needs to try. We have 2 Raj here. Only 1 Raj is trying. Rishabh, Smith, Tushar, Yash. तो जितने लोगों के मैंने नाम लिए उनको मेरी आवाज सुनाई दे रही है क्या? हाँ या ना? Come on, answer me. Not in chat box, unmute your mic. Because I'm taking your session in offline mode. I cannot see your chats. So unmute your mic and give me answer.
Sir, I don't know about others, but you are audible to me.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm audible to everyone. They are not responding. तो जितने लोगों को भी मैं ऑडिबल हूं, चलो चैट बॉक्स में सब लोग एक एक ऑप्शन डालेंगे. Whatever they feel about condition number 1 to 5, they need to put one condition in chat box. जो भी उनको लग रहा है कि ये satisfy नहीं होगा, right? Give me your reply in the chat box. If you have issue with speaking, do it in chat box. Yeah, it's compulsory for all if you want attendance. Okay, Aditya says condition 5. Okay. Then we have 5 from Yash also. Then 2, 5, 2. Everybody needs to respond. 2, 2, 2. Bharti says 2 with a question mark. Rishabh, Pathik, Kunal. Rishabh says 2, other says 5. What's your name? Vasu, what's your opinion? Okay, Vasu also says it is 5. Okay, let's see. Here, see, one more thing. Here, multiple answers can be true. It's possible that condition number 2 is dissatisfied, 3 can be dissatisfied, 5th can be dissatisfied. So multiple answers can be true. Let's see what answer I have in my PPT. If that doesn't mean that your answer is wrong. It can be true. So let me clear this part first. Yeah, it's condition number 3, I guess. The associative property. I have this thing in my PPT. Condition number 3 is not satisfied here. As you can see here, I'm starting with X bar, Y bar, and Z bar. This is my X bar. And in bracket, I'm taking Y bar plus Z bar. So first I need to add Y bar and Z bar. So because of my operation, I need to take Z component first, then Y component, and then X component. Then again, I need to take addition of these 2 vectors. Now what will happen? This X1 will be with Z1 and Z2 and Z3, but it will be in last component. Because अब इनका X component क्या हो गया? ये और ये दोनों. But because of our operation, it will go to last component. So if you simplify them, then your answer will be like this. अब इसी को आगे simplify करके check करो या फिर लेफ्ट हैंड साइड राइट हैंड साइड लेके भी चेक करो, and in both case you will have different answers. As you can see, after simplifying this, you got last this part: z1 y1 x1, x2 y2 z2, z3 y3 x3. Now this is your y bar, but this is not your x bar and z bar. That means the right hand side is not satisfied here, so the associative property is not satisfied. But that doesn't mean that your answers are wrong. You need to check it first. जिन लोगों ने कंडीशन 5 बोला था, जिन्होंने 2 बोला था, they need to check it. मुझे लगा 3 थे तो मैंने ये 3 रखा है इसमें, but you can check it. If 2 is not satisfied, it can be your answer. Then you need to check that condition, and finally you need to give conclusion that condition 2 is not satisfied, therefore it is not a vector space. So just you need to give one condition which is not satisfied. That's it. बाकी कोई condition दिखाने की जरूरत नहीं है. So this is something about when your set is not a vector space. So we have seen one example which is a vector space, and we have seen 2 examples they are not a vector space, right? So this was some idea how we can check conditions in case of vector space. Next, let's move to the next topic after this, which is again connected with vector space. It is subspace. Now what is actually subspace? Okay, let me take a set capital V. Let's say this is my set capital V, right? And this set V is a vector space with 2 operations, addition and multiplication. That means scalar multiplication. So I'm taking dot here for scalar multiplication and plus sign for addition. Now this set V, it will have so many objects. And this is a very big set V, and it has so many objects. Now these objects can be vector, these objects can be matrices, can be functions, can be polynomials, can be any other object. But the thing is, we know that this set V is a vector space. That means these objects, they are satisfying all the 10 conditions of vector space. ये जितने भी सर्कल्स आपको दिख रहे हैं यहाँ पर, छोटे छोटे सर्कल्स, they all are satisfying the 10 conditions. Now imagine if I choose any subset of this. Now what do we mean by subset? Can anyone tell me what is subset? Yes, a part of this set capital V which is smaller than this, and it contains all the elements of set V. Now let me take a smaller set like this. Let me say this is W. So I'm choosing some objects from this set V, and I'm creating a subset of V here. Now, do you think this smaller set W will be vector space? Because we are taking all the objects from V, and V is already a vector space. So if I choose these same objects from V, and if I create a smaller set, do you think it will be vector space again?
Yes, sir.
Really? Okay. Let me explain this thing with example. मैं अपना एक set जो V है, जो हमने यहाँ पर ऑर्डर लिखा है, let me write some objects here. Now this set V is a vector space, so obviously it will satisfy all the 10 conditions. That means if I have x bar here, then minus x bar will be there because of condition 5. If I have y bar here, then minus y bar should be there, right? If I have z bar here, minus z bar has to be there. Then according to 4th condition, my 0 bar should be present in my set V. Then for w bar, minus w bar should be there, right? So for all these objects, the negative part should be there, and the 0 object should be present in our set V, because it is satisfying all the 10 conditions. Now I'm creating a set W from these objects, and for example, I'm choosing this one: x bar, y bar, minus x bar, minus y bar. Right? Now I have 4 elements here. Now do you think it will be vector space? Because this x bar and minus x bar, it is satisfying condition 5. Y bar and minus y bar, they are satisfying condition 5, right? And other conditions, they will by default satisfy, because we are taking it from a set which is already vector space. But what is condition number 4 here? That 0 vector should be present in our set V. Now do you think 0 vector is present here in our W? वो तो हमने लिया ही नहीं है. Then what about condition 4? Condition 4 won't satisfy here. That means W is not a vector space here. So even if you choose a smaller set from a vector space, it's not necessary that it is always a vector space. So now this thing leads us to one more question, that when it is a vector space, if you are choosing a subset from a set V, then when it can be a vector space. So for that we have two conditions here. And that condition is, if you choose a subset W from a set V, and if it satisfies condition number 1 and condition number 6 of your vector space, that means closure property of addition and closure property of scalar multiplication. If these two conditions are satisfied, then your subset is always a vector space. अगर ये दो कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई हो गए तो बाकी सारे हो जाएंगे. इसमें जीरो बार का भी कोई इशू नहीं रहेगा, नेगेटिव का भी कोई इशू नहीं रहेगा, वो सब बाय डिफॉल्ट हो जाएगा if these two conditions are satisfied. So whenever you are checking for subspace, you don't need to go for all 10 conditions, because whatever objects we have chosen, they are already from a vector space. So they are satisfying some conditions. We don't need to check them again. But the two necessary conditions are first and sixth, the closure property of addition and closure property of scalar multiplication. If these two conditions are satisfied, then we can say this W is also a vector space. And if W is also a vector space, then we will call it subspace of vector space V. Because V is already a vector space, W is smaller than V, that's why we will call it subspace. So in order to check for subspace, three things we need to take care. First, your W should be subset of your set V. Second, it should satisfy the closure property of addition operation. And third one, it should satisfy the closure property of scalar multiplication. If these three things are satisfied, you can call your set W a subspace of vector space V. अब subspace होने का मतलब ये है कि वो vector space तो होगा ही, but since it is smaller than V, that's why we are calling it subspace. Right? So this is the formal definition of subspace. If W is non-empty subset of vector space V, so this is important word here, subset. It is a non-empty subset of vector space V. Then W is called subspace of V if and only if following conditions are satisfied. First condition, that if U and V are two objects from W, then U bar plus V bar also belongs to W. This is called closure property of addition. And second condition, if K is any scalar value and U is any object or vector from W, then K times U is also again member of W. That means KU is also part of W. This is called closure property of scalar multiplication. So if the closure property is satisfied for addition as well as scalar multiplication, then we can say it is a subspace. Right? So this is the definition of subspace. Let's try to understand this thing by example, so it will be more clear. We have two subsets here for the vector space R3. Right? What is your vector space V here? It is R3. What is R3? Can anyone tell me? R3 is the set of three-dimensional vectors. That means your vectors will be of this form: x, y, z, where x, y, and z, they all belongs to set of real numbers. So this set is called R3. Now we have two subsets here. First one is W is equal to, the set is given by this x, 0, 0, where x belongs to R. That means all the vectors which has y and z component equal to 0, they are member of your set W. So W में किस तरह के vectors होंगे? Is 1, 0, 0 part of your set W? Okay. Is 2, 0, 0 part of W? Is minus 1, 0, 0 part of W? Is minus 2, 0, 0 part of W? Is 0, 0, 0 part of W? Yes, it is. Why? Because the condition is y and z coordinate should be 0. X 0 है या non 0 उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. Y and z coordinate should be 0. So 0, 0, 0 again it is eligible to be in set W. Right? So why I am writing these vectors here? Just to make you understand what kind of vectors will be there in W. Right? So now it is clear that these kind of vectors we will have in W. Now we want to check that whether W is vector space or not. That means it is subspace or not. So we need to go with two conditions here. First one, closure property for addition. Now, how we'll check that condition? We need to choose two vectors x bar and y bar from W. Now, if x bar and y bar, they are vectors of W, their y and z coordinate will be what? 0, क्योंकि वो किसके members हैं? W के. So I need to take x bar like this, x1, 0, 0, and I need to take y bar like this, x2, 0, 0. Why I'm taking 0 here? Because x bar and y bar, we are taking it from set W. Now let me add them, x bar plus y bar. Right? And here no information is given about operations. So whenever no information is given, we will by default take standard operations. So standard addition and standard multiplication. So it should be x1, 0, 0 plus x2, 0, 0. So addition would be x1 plus x2, 0 plus 0 will be 0, and 0 plus 0 will be 0. So now this is your final vector x bar plus y bar. Now do you think this x bar plus y bar is part of W? Is it satisfying the condition of W? Yes, it is satisfying. Why? Because the condition is the y and z coordinate should be 0. And here also the y and z coordinates are 0. That means your x bar plus y bar vector is also part of W. So the first condition is satisfied here. That means if x bar and y bar, if they are member of W, then x bar plus y bar is also member of set W. So the first closure property for this set W is satisfied. Now let me take second condition, scalar multiplication. अगर यही condition dissatisfy हो जाता तो हमको second check करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती, तो हम लोग यहीं से बोल देते it is not a subspace. But since it is satisfied now, let's move to second condition, which is scalar multiplication. It is closure property for scalar multiplication. So let's check it. So what is that property? That if k is any scalar and if x bar is part of W, then k times x bar should also be part of W. Now let me take x bar equal to x1, 0, 0 because it is member of W. So what is k times x bar? It is k times x1, 0, 0. Now what is standard way of multiplying a scalar? K will multiply to each coordinate. So it will be k times x1, then k times 0, that is 0. Again k times 0 will be 0. Now do you think this vector is member of W? Yes, because y and z coordinates are 0, so this is also member of W. So kx bar, it is also part of W. That means both the closure property are satisfied here. The first closure property for addition and second closure property for scalar multiplication. So now finally we can conclude that this set W is a subspace of set R3. It is a subspace of set R3. So how we can write this thing? It's here. We need to choose two vectors. Then we need to add them. If the addition is member of W, the first condition is satisfied. Then we need to check second condition. It is also satisfied. That's why we can conclude that W is a subspace of R3. So now the process is on your screen. We did it for first example. Now I need all of you to try for the second one. The online students, they can do it with pen and paper. Try to check these two conditions and tell me whether W is a subspace or not. And let me explain what your set W is. Your set W is this. You need to understand your set first. तभी जाके ये समझ में आएगा. So it is x, y, z, where y is equal to x plus z plus 1. Right? तो ये किस तरह का set है? It is having set of 3D vector xyz in which your second coordinate y is given by first coordinate plus third coordinate plus 1. That means y equal to x plus z plus 1. So what kind of vectors will be part of this? Do you think this vector 1, 3, 1 will be part of this? Yes, right? Because what is your y coordinate here? 3. And what is the condition for W? That y coordinate should be x coordinate plus z coordinate plus 1. That means it is 1 plus 1 plus 1. Now is it satisfying? Yes, it is satisfied. That means 131 is part of W. So 131 will be member of W. Similarly, -1. Then let's take -1 and -1. Do you think this will be member of W? What is your y coordinate here? -1. So it should satisfy this condition. X coordinate, that is -1, plus z coordinate, that is -1 and +1. So -1 plus 1 will be 0, and we have -1 equal to -1. That means this condition is also satisfied. That means -1, -1, -1 is also member of W. Right? So why I am giving these two examples here, just to make you understand what kind of vectors will be part of your W. आपको कंडीशन सिर्फ ये ध्यान में रखना है दैट सेकंड कोऑर्डिनेट शुड बी फर्स्ट कोऑर्डिनेट प्लस थर्ड कोऑर्डिनेट प्लस 1, उतना होना चाहिए, देन it will be member of W. Now try to do it, and if you don't get any conclusion, then I'll help you, but first you try. Let's see how many of you can do it. Okay, and I think the time is also about to finish. It's 2:53. So you try this thing. In next session, we'll also discuss this part, whether it is subspace or not, and then we'll continue with the next topic. And now for the attendance, just like every session, I'll give you the range, and as per that range, you need to post your number here in the chat box. तुम दोनों के post कर देना. So from enrollment number 1 to 10, please post your numbers here for the attendance. Enrollment number 1 to 10. 1 to 10. 11 to 20. 11 to 20. Please post your numbers here for attendance. 11 to 20. 21 to 30. 21 to 30. 31 to 40. 31 to 40. 41 to 50. 41 to 50. 51 to 60. 51 to 60. 61 to 70. 61 to 70. Then 71 onwards. 71 to onwards. जितने भी हैं. And now all the D2D students, please post your numbers here. Okay, I think your time is over. If your message is done, you can leave this meeting and you can join your next session. You are free to leave. Have a nice day.